Hello, everyone. Welcome to Paranormal Hotseat. I am Donna Guerin, your host tonight.
And I'm Stacy Gus, the co-host. Welcome, everybody.
And we have tonight with us Frank Villegas. Got it right. Of Arcane Paranormal, and they're out of North Carolina. I'm sorry, I didn't get a proper introduction prepared for him. I've been sick, people, so please excuse me. So I'm going to bring in Frank. Hey, Frank, I'm sorry, I didn't give you a proper introduction. So
No, don't worry about it. That's quite all right.
I've been
Quite all
down with
right.
this cold for the last few days. So, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's
Okay.
quite all right.
Yeah, so I'm glad you came on. I really appreciate it.
I've been looking forward to it.
Oh,
really
yeah.
have,
Yeah, I know you even got the days mixed up. It's like I'm looking forward to it
Oh, yeah.
tomorrow. I'm like, no, it's Saturday. It's Sunday.
Yeah, Parafam was just commenting saying I need a fire extinguisher tonight.
That was me that said that.
Oh.
Too funny. Yeah, we sometimes. Would you move, dog? Oh, sorry, my little chihuahua. So, how long have you guys been around?
Here in North Carolina for several years now.
Okay.
I came here. I was a part of one group just to get my feet wet and everything like that, to learn the area and stuff like that. And it turned out the leader of that group wanted to proclaim himself as an exorcist.
Oh, wow.
And right then I was like, it's time to get out of here.
Oh, wow.
So, and then as far as the paranormal, it's been a life thing for me. Being in country in Iraq, we've seen things over there paranormal wise.
Oh, wow. I never really thought about that.
Yeah. And that's really what got me kickstarted on this was, being in country and you're seeing things and you're not sure what they are, makes your eyebrow raise, ask some questions. And, I started looking into it and get involved into it, but I didn't go 100% full time until several years ago when, we finally moved back here to North Carolina from Vegas.
Oh, okay. That's right. Because your team has an affiliation with the military in one way or another, right?
Yep. It's completely veteran owned, operated. Every member on the team is affiliated somehow with the military.
So that's awesome.
That is cool. And thank you for your service, by the way.
I was going to say, thank you guys for serving. Yeah.
And
so plus, did you purposely set it up that way since you were in the military?
Yes. I did have a business partner at one time that we split ways on decisions he made, just didn't agree with me. Okay. So we ended up splitting ways and stuff like that. And then at that point, I was like, you know what? I just need to strictly go the military route, because I know the individuals got the discipline, the dedication, and everything like that to do what we do.
Yeah.
And it's really hard, as an investigator, the discipline that you have to be able to go into a location and be there and investigate, and you don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
At least this way, I know I have people on the team that can handle the stress. They've been in not the same situation, but if the situation arises, they know how to control themselves and everything like that. And they're not running down the hallway with their arms out, waving like an octopus or anything like that.
Right. Screaming at the top of their lungs.
Yeah. They're there still investigating and everything. And that was the one main reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you guys are conditioned to be in that type of situation and remain calm. So that would actually really help. Yeah, that'd be helpful.
One of our senior investigators, Jerry, she is not in the military, but her husband is an officer in the military. He's going to be picking up captain soon in the Marine Corps.
Oh, cool.
And, being a wife and your husband's an officer, that there takes a special training, I would say, to be an officer's wife, just because, or let alone just a Marine's wife.
Oh, I bet.
Because of the way we are, the way we talk. Sometimes it comes off the wrong way. It's not our intentions. Our other senior investigator, Jay, he's honorably discharged from the Marine Corps. He's self-employed landscaper and stuff. So him and his wife join us on investigations. His wife does, but she won't be joining us anytime soon because she's pregnant now.
Oh, okay.
So
congratulations to her.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we took her to Cabin 360 with us, and it was a little too much for her. So she's gonna take a step back, and she's gonna join us probably summertime after the baby's born.
Cool.
But as far as the group itself, it's myself and 2 other dedicated people.
Oh, okay.
That's it. I don't want a lot of people because there's that saying, too many chiefs, not enough Indians.
Yep.
And too many cooks in the kitchen. Yeah.
Yes. And keep it small, keep it tight, and it'll work.
Yep. Yeah. And I feel like when it's smaller like that too, a lot more stuff, you're able to really concentrate. And I think a lot more stuff happens that way too.
Yeah.
When on investigations, when it's kept small.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like we went to Cabin 360 August of last year also. And we invited Jason Coombs and Jason Darnan from Pimp Paranormal out of Pennsylvania, and Brady Foster from Clap Paranormal out of Pennsylvania. They joined us.
Oh, cool.
And we had a total of, I think, 4 people from us, plus those 3 were 8. And it seemed like at that location, it was overwhelming for the location.
Yep.
So we went back a week ago on the 5th, and it was only 4 of us that were there, and the activity was completely off the wall.
Yeah.
I was looking at that on your Facebook. That seemed nuts.
Yeah, 6:30 in the morning. We woke up to literally, it sounded like Bigfoot walking up the stairs from the basement and coming into the living room and woke us up.
Wow.
Followed by a disembodied voice, a male's voice.
Gosh.
And he was kind of telling us, "Hey, you overstayed your welcome. Get out of here now."
Yeah.
So packed up, went home. But,
plus, when you have a lot of people like that, there's a chance that you can contaminate a scene. You can get people and you don't know what you're hearing in the background, and I believe that too. Smaller is better.
Yeah, that location definitely did not disappoint us this time around.
That's awesome.
We focused on the ranch house where the murder actually took place, and that's where we were most of the time. And it was just disembodied voices left and right.
Wow.
Footsteps. At one point, the cabinet door either opened, slammed shut, something, from the cabinets. We had a screen set up to where we had all our equipment and our monitors and stuff in the house. And I haven't posted the video yet, but it was about 2-3 o'clock in the morning. You can see the screen just completely open.
Wow.
And the light from that room shined into the kitchen area and then shut. Wow. Like somebody walked through there and opened it, and it was none of us because 3 of us were sleeping in the living room.
Yeah.
1 of us was sleeping in the basement, at 3 o'clock, 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. Nobody was up moving around.
So it opened it and shut it?
Yeah.
At least it was polite.
Yeah. And then prior to it, some of the video I revealed, you can hear footsteps a little bit going through the kitchen before it even opened.
Wow.
Wow.
So we're gonna have a lot of good evidence and stuff like that coming out on this video. Probably in about 3 weeks, 4 weeks, we'll release the video.
Oh, cool. That's cool. Hi, Facebook user. Not sure who you are, but hi.
Hi.
Sometimes you got a StreamYard won't let you. You got to give them permission to show your name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I have a feeling that there's something that you've been wanting to tell me, but you wanted to wait till you got on the hot seat.
With what?
I don't know, because you've been kind of cryptic. You were like, I have no comment or something.
No, you can ask me any question you want. I won't say no comment.
Oh, okay, that's what it was. You won't say no comment. Okay.
Yeah, I won't say no comment. Whatever questions you got, whatever you want to ask, just ask. I literally have nothing whatsoever 100% to hide.
Get him, Stacy. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, right, ready?
Get him, Stacy.
So whatever you want to ask, just ask it, and I'll answer it 100% truthfully.
So, Frank, you are the founder of Arcane Paranormal Investigation.
Mm-hmm.
What's a good, solid piece of advice for someone looking to be a founder of a paranormal group?
When I started it, the first thing I looked at was structure.
Okay.
Because we're not a group or anything like that. We're an actual LLC company.
Right.
So when I first started getting into it and everything like that, it was more of a structure. How did I want it to be? How did I want it to look? And everything like that. Once that was done, the biggest thing was the screening process of bringing people in on it. Was the biggest part, because you got a lot of fakes, you got a lot of phonies.
True.
You got a lot of people saying, yeah, I'm sensitive and this and that, and bullshit. No, you're not.
Yep.
And so that was the hardest part. So I made the decision, I'm going to stay away from psychics and mediums. Anybody who claims to be ordained, anything like that, I stayed away from. It's not a part of our group, because once you say you're ordained, I don't know if that person's going to go off and say, hey, guess what? I can be an exorcist now because I'm ordained.
Yeah.
Or a person that claims, oh, I got psychic abilities, I'm a medium. No, you're not. I don't need somebody coming in and giving false readings.
Right.
Especially if we're going into a residential investigation with a client.
Yeah. You definitely got to be careful with that. Yeah.
So the screening process is heavily background checks. Heavily. Cool. That's a must. I don't need to bring somebody in that is actually a registered sex offender.
I know, right?
Into a house where there's kids.
Yeah.
So that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Certain felonies, are looked at. They're not discouraged because people do make mistakes. So certain things like that. We don't have anybody on our team with felonies or sex offenders or anything like that, but those were things I looked at also.
Right.
When people sent background checks in, when people sent driving records in, if you had a suspended license, no, you're not.
Right.
We travel out of state.
Right.
And stuff. So there's a process that goes into it. Financially, was not that much. People think it's expensive. It's really not.
Yeah.
$130 is basically what it costs in every state to form a company. And then anything after that you want to put into it, is on top of it. Web page, stuff like that, the domain, different things. But to get it started and everything, it was one of those decisions I had to make where I had to make sure the wife was on board, the family's on board, because if I'm going to do it, we're going to do it 100%.
Right. Especially if you have to travel, you got to make sure they're on board with it.
Yeah. And that's the other thing too that we do is Jerry, one of our senior investigators, she's got kids, but she's got older kids. She has the structure in her life to where if we needed to go to an investigation tonight, right after this show, she would have no problem. Same with my other investigator, Jay. He would have no problem.
Yeah.
So that's another thing you got to look at too.
Right.
Of availability for people that you're bringing on the team. To make sure they're there 100% and they're dedicated and everything like that. And that they're not chipping in, but they're doing their part.
Right.
During an investigation and outside of the investigation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
if I need somebody to research something, I have somebody I get in contact with outside of the company and say, hey, can you research this for me? And they'll go ahead and research it for me. So then that way it doesn't tie me up from stuff I have to do, you know, and stuff. So there's a lot that goes into it, but anybody can do it. It's just a thought process.
Oh, excuse me. Okay, hold on. So Lisa says, I was sitting in my sister's living room and got really pissed off at something. She told me that they had been done. Oh, something. She told me something they had done to her. When I lost my friend, the freaking fire alarm went off, and then I go ahead and calm myself down. Was washing my face, and it finally stopped. Funny, my sister had never happened. The house is protected by a lady who died there. So I have to be respectful of the lady who died there in the house and stay calm and collected when I'm there. Okay.
Right on.
Hell, I got a guy that lives in my house.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know who he is, you know, but he makes himself known every now and then.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes he'll be a full-blown apparition. Sometimes he'll be a shadow figure. Whatever he wants to do that day.
Yeah.
You know? And there was one night I was sleeping and something was just like poking me, tickling me under my armpit or something. And I woke up and I tried waking my wife up so she can see him. And I didn't take my eyes off him at all because I didn't want him to disappear. And she was just snoring. Didn't want to wake up. And I basically told him, get the hell out of here. This ain't your room. You ain't allowed in here. And it's an intelligent spirit. It turned, walked away, and then kind of turned its head like a dog does after you yell at it, you know, to see if you're going to change your mind. And I said, no, get the hell out of here. And I just walked right through the door.
Wow.
You know, but if you have something in your house and you set boundaries, and I tell people this, it's very weird, but they will listen.
Yeah. Oh,
they will listen. You know, if they're intelligent.
You have the power. Yep.
They will.
You have
listen,
the power.
Yeah.
You know, and that's one thing. And we lived with this guy for going on a little over 2 years now in this house when we moved in, and he don't bother us.
Yeah.
You know, I don't investigate it.
Yeah.
You know, because that's one of the number one rules I go by.
You don't investigate your own home.
You don't investigate your own home.
Yep.
You know, because it's just going to invite more spirits to come because he's just going to stick his head through wherever he came from and say, hey, guess what? He's talking to me. Let's go.
Yeah.
Or just show up, you know?
Yeah. We had a case down in southern Arizona, and the lady, of course, she was upset, all the activities she was having. And then one of our team members told her, because she was like, I've been begging and this and that. She was like, no, don't beg. She said, what you do with a firm voice is you say, get out of here. You're not welcome here. This is not your home. And she said she did it a few times, and she said she felt a lot better afterwards. She's like, yeah, you don't beg it to leave. You tell it to leave.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but he don't bother us, though. You know, my stepson sees him all the time at 3 o'clock in the morning when he's going to the bathroom. You know, standing right there in the hallway. You know, but he don't bother us. We don't know his name. We don't want to know his story or anything.
Yeah.
We just live in the same house together.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody comes to visit me every once in a while. I'll feel the bed sink, like somebody sat on the bed, and I'm hoping it's my mom that she comes to visit me every once in a while.
Yeah. Well, Bishop James Long said one time, he goes, heaven isn't a place where once you walk through the gates, they lock the gates.
Right.
And you can never come back, or you never can leave. You know, he was like, the gates are always open.
There you go.
You know, spirits can come and go as they please, visit who they want when they want, and everything like that. You know, and that's kind of something that, you know, I believe in. You know, because, you know, if you're religious or not, you know, there is a creator.
Yep.
And God ain't just gonna lock the gate and throw away the key on you.
Yeah, to say you're gone, you can't go back.
Yeah, you know, he ain't gonna do
Makes
that.
sense. Yeah, it does.
You know, so what other questions you got for me?
So I think it's cool that you were talking about this low income program for people that want to get into the paranormal. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's a program I thought about. I ran it across several people, Pimp Paranormal. I talked to about a lot of the stuff, that ideas I come up with and stuff, just to run it past them. Is it feasible? What do you think? Type of thing. So I run a lot of ideas past other groups, and there's a lot of people that are interested in the paranormal, but they just can't afford it.
Mm-hmm.
Because people can't afford to go out there and go to Ghost Stop and drop $180 on a REM pod.
Right.
Or even if you find someone that builds them, even $50 is still a lot of money for some people, And so I've talked to a lot of people, on the streets in our area that are low income, that want to get involved in it. They don't know how to get involved in it. They don't have the equipment. They can't afford the equipment. So 2023, we're going to kickstart a program for anybody who's on government assistance that wants to get involved in the paranormal, that we will build them a REM pod, supply them with the K2 meter, supply them with a digital recorder, take them out, show them how to use it, show them the proper way to use it, show them what to listen for on the recorders and everything like that. So you're not thinking of passing cars a moan when it's actually a moan, teaching them all that. Take them to a location, that is haunted, and let them do it themselves.
That's
and
awesome.
Then send them on their merry way. But not every person is going to be eligible for the program. You already have to be in the government assistance program in North Carolina.
Okay.
Already. You see, so they have to send us the proper documentation to prove that, hey, we are in low income. This is our documentation and everything like that. And once we get the documentation, then we're like, okay, good. And it's going to be one setup per family is what
That's
it is.
Awesome.
So, because we don't want to do a family that has a family of freaking 20 people.
Right.
And the next thing you know, we're cranking out 6-7 setups to one family, but it'll be one setup per family is what we're doing.
Yeah.
As far as I know, we will be the only paranormal company doing that.
That's cool.
That's awesome. Giving back.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Giving back and everything. Because a lot of people in the last year, about a year and a few months, got a lot of misconceptions about our company.
Mm-hmm.
And if people want to know about us or know what we're about, just go to our website, has everything on it, or just call me.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what it's all about and everything. Another thing that we're going to be kickstarting, I know you're going to ask this question about the events that we're doing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of teams that can't afford to rent out a location and do an event. So I came up with an idea. Well, let's use Waverly Hills for an example. Okay. I've never been to Waverly Hills yet. Mm-hmm. Hopefully we'll be there next year. But as an example, I would rent out Waverly Hills, invite a local team in that area to come host an event.
That's cool.
They handle all the tickets. They handle all the money. We don't want nothing from them because we're still going to be able to investigate the location.
Right.
You see? And then in return, that team is going to be able to host their own event there.
That's awesome.
And we don't want nothing from it. All 100%, everything's handled by that team. All ticket sales will help with promotions and stuff like that. But as far as money transfers, that's all on that team. You just come and do your event.
That's awesome.
Because there's a lot of people that want to do events.
Yeah. So we were talking about Dedrick Hilton earlier. He said, hell yeah, giving back paranormal can be a community oriented. Yes, it can be.
Yeah. And
that's awesome.
And it seems like the paranormal field, the way it's going is a lot of people are reaching for the stars for fame and fortune.
Yep, exactly.
And it's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't going to happen. You know, you look at ghost hunters, you even look at Ghost Adventures, you know, Destination Fear, all these people, Ghost Brothers.
Yep.
All right. They were the chosen ones.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even if you look at the raft chasers up in Tennessee.
Yeah.
You know, when they were doing their thing, they were the chosen one. You know, you're not going to get chosen for fame and fortune.
Yeah.
You know, it's like hitting the lottery. You know, but we're not out for fame and fortune.
Yeah, I was gonna say we aren't either.
We're
No.
just out to give back.
Yeah.
That's it. You know, and that's it. You
That
know,
you said sounds familiar.
you know, if we can do something to better the paranormal field, then yeah, you know, there are a couple experiments that we're working on that once it's proven and tested, you know, we'll reveal what it is, you know, and just to give you a hint, one of them deals with shadow figures.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Because I don't care who you are or how long you've been in the field. You could have been in for 1 day or 50 years. Nobody knows anything about a shadow figure. They don't know who they are.
Yep.
They don't know why they manifest. They don't know how they manifest. They don't know if that is the intelligent spirit that you are speaking to or if it's something else. Some people will say, oh, it's evil. Some people say they're good. Nobody knows.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But some of the stuff that we're working on is leaning towards some answers, hopefully, in the next year to 2 years.
Okay.
On that subject. And hopefully we can be able to put a light and have some answers for the paranormal field with that.
Yeah. Awesome.
Right on.
Go ahead, Stacy. She's checking her list here.
So, what is something people seem to misunderstand about being a paranormal investigator?
I think that coincides with skeptics, really, because that is one of the hardest things of being an investigator and having a skeptic with you. Yeah, you just saw that door slam on its own. Well, it could have been there's no wind. And you're cutting them off on before they finish their sentence. You know, no, you know, I think the skeptics is a big thing. What was the question again? Because I got a mind like a squirrel.
Like, what is a misconception about being a paranormal investigator?
Okay. I think people watch too much TV.
Yeah.
Also,
definitely.
You know,
and then they compare you or what we do to a television show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like Robert from PD, he did a live a couple days ago or something, and it was based around equipment and stuff like that.
Right.
You know, SLS camera, throw it away.
He doesn't like SLS cameras.
No, throw it away. You know, it's just, I think it's just someone came up with something and they're like, oh, we can sell a lot of money for this, but it's not 100%.
And those things are expensive.
And they are. You know, now I want a Xbox.
You're muted.
Okay.
There we go.
You know, I want to get an Xbox Connect, the V2 set up the bar, but I only want to use it for a laser grid.
Oh, there you go.
You know, because I don't know if you ever saw Paranormal Activity on one of the shows that one of the movies they had.
Yeah.
They showed the Xbox Connect and it showed all the dots.
Yeah.
Billions and billions of dots. I want to get one of those and use it as the same concept as a laser grid, and see if it works, with night vision. Other gear, like Ovilus, I don't trust it. We keep it very simple when we do our investigations. Camera, pictures, audio, personal experiences. That's really it.
Yeah.
That's all we use. We don't use all the bells and whistles you see on TV. REM pods we use, but we still don't trust a REM pod 100%.
Yeah. Lisa wants to know, do you have any information on the Hat Man theory? Not sure what that is.
I've never heard of the Hat Man theory.
It is a common hallucination among those who suffer from sleep paralysis. But witnesses claim he's a creature from a darker dimension.
Now, sleep paralysis, Bishop James Long did a really good live on his Sacred Scare thing on Friday for Paranormal with sleep paralysis. My take on sleep paralysis, it could go anything from a medical standpoint to a paranormal standpoint. If somebody says I've had sleep paralysis, the first thing I ask them, have you had sleep studies done? Have you been to the doctors for it or anything like that? Same thing as if someone's claiming something demonic. Have you done a medical examination? Have you been to a psychiatrist? So on and so forth. Same thing. I get sleep paralysis. Reason I get sleep paralysis sometimes is because I have a traumatic brain injury that I got in Iraq.
Yeah.
So I know what the cause of it is. Yeah. I know it's not paranormal. I know it's not something evil or anything like that. I know the cause of it. But, they say you deal with the incubus succubus, that they can put you in a sleep paralysis.
Yeah, I've heard that.
They say certain demonic entities can put you in a sleep paralysis.
Extraterrestrials too.
Extraterrestrials. That's one thing that is in far left field for me, because unless I see ET walk through my front door, X-nay on aliens.
Yeah.
Even though there's a lot of proof, video, stuff like that out, as an investigator, I have to see it. I have to see the proof. It's like, it's just one of those things. When it comes to aliens, I need to see it.
Yeah.
Paranormal, yes, because I've already seen and dealt with a lot of things that backed up the paranormal, but UFOs, aliens, and stuff like that, I can't really go into that one because I'm a big skeptic on it.
Yeah. Lisa says she's had sleep paralysis as a child, don't have it anymore, thank the universe. So my brother had one episode of sleep paralysis. It was at the Jerome Hotel in Jerome, Arizona. It was the Grand Hotel at the Jerome in Jerome, Arizona. He had it there one night. He stayed there. Hasn't had it before and hasn't had it since.
Oh, wow.
Now, she mentioned she had it as a child.
I'm sorry, I got to turn my head. I got to blow my nose.
I have heard stories of children having sleep paralysis. But can it coincide with them of what they did that day, and their mind is so stimulated when they go to sleep that their mind just can't take it anymore, and it just crashes and has to reboot. And now you go into sleep paralysis. So there's different theories as a child with sleep paralysis, especially with mind stimulation and stuff like that, with as much TV, video games, and stuff like that kids are into now, that I've heard stories where a kid will actually overwork his mind and it just has to reboot.
Wow.
And it just drops them down into that sleep paralysis.
Wow.
You know, and the brain has to, because you don't know. Well, we use a certain percentage of our brain.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we don't use our whole brain. So is it just something that your brain is saying, hey, it's a timeout now? You know, I'm putting you in timeout and I have to rest.
Well, same thing with your body. When your body says, okay, it's time to sit down, your body going to shut down and make sure that you get some rest or,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
why
the thing
the
with
brain
that
any
is,
different? Yeah.
we really don't know what the brain even does.
Mm-mm.
We don't. That's a fact.
No.
So,
We have no idea how it works or anything to do with anything like that. So but yeah, interesting. I like it.
So I know you said you've been doing this for a while, and I like to ask people this: what was your first or your oh shit moment that you remember? Because I haven't had my oh shit moment yet, and I'm waiting on it.
The one I will always remember, and I'll never get it out of my mind for the rest of my life, is my grandma passed away. I was in the bedroom sleeping. My parents were in their bedroom sleeping. My sister stayed the night at the house that night with her kids. They were in the living room sleeping. I just happened to wake up and I saw my grandmother standing at the doorway. Full blown 100% apparition, as if she never died.
Wow.
Like I could, like, you thought, you know, I touch you. Are you real? Type of look.
Wow.
And I woke up. She turned. She walked over to my parents' bedroom where the door was open. She looked in there. She turned around, walked past my door again, and then I followed her. And she looked at my sister and the kids laying on the floor and stuff, sleeping. And then walked into the kitchen. And as soon as I yelled "Grandma" and was jumping over everybody on the floor and went into the kitchen, she was gone.
Wow.
That was my very first encounter with an apparition.
Wow.
Was that?
How old were you?
Early teens. Yeah, I was about early teens when that happened. Wow. And then my second one, which was pretty amazing, what happened at Stonewall Jackson's campsite where he got shot in Virginia. We got there late, so me and the wife were looking around the buildings and stuff. It was nighttime, full moon. I just hear my mom hanging out the window yelling. And we're like, what are you yelling at? And she's pointing. And it was from the torso down, Confederate soldier with black boots up to its knees, walking across the field, and then disappeared behind a tree.
Wow.
You know, that's another one there that I'll always remember. You know, other than that, it's just been stuff you see on an investigation out of the corner of your eye.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. Or something we've captured on still pictures, you know, but I'm still waiting for, you know, I want to know what that feeling is with that shadow man that just rushes up on you and stands in front of you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I haven't had that one happen yet, you know, so I'm hoping with some of the locations we're going to next year that we got booked, that does happen. So we got some big name locations that we're going to next year.
That's good.
Pennsylvania, Kentucky, Missouri, possibly Tennessee too.
Bobby Mackey's will be very interesting.
That is going to be one.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be one.
Interesting. Yeah.
We were supposed to go last year, but we didn't go. Something got in the way of it, but we didn't go. You know, we just lost the deposit money on it. But this coming year, Bobby Mackey's is one of the places we're going to. I kind of want to do something like Nick Golf did, where he set up a hammock and slept over the hellhole.
Oh, wow.
You know, so I kind of want to do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want to sleep in that building. You know,
yeah, that show was kind of creepy.
So, you know, even do like the Ghost Brothers did, get a shovel and start digging dirt out.
Yeah, that was funny. That was,
you know,
those
are a group of guys you can't get tired of watching.
I know. I just love them. I just love Marcus when he goes, see, this is why black people don't go ghost hunting.
Yeah.
or you bring up something demonic or spirit board or seance. He's like, nope, I'm out.
Yeah, he just cracks me
He's
up.
like, nope, I ain't going in there. There's that one investigation they did this year that I saw where he's like, I'm not even going in the house. He stayed outside the whole entire time till like the last 15 minutes of the investigation and then went inside.
And he said, I told y'all I don't play around with this stuff. Yeah. I am trying really hard to get them in the hot seat.
Yeah.
One of the ladies that she did an article on us in the Paranormal Underground magazine. She actually gave me the publicist's email address. So it's like every week I just email her, following up on my email from last week,
Yeah. Yeah. I think they're probably one of the three people I'd like to meet in person.
Oh, yeah.
And then Destination Fear.
I do like Destination
with
Fear.
Dakota and Chelsea, Tanner, and all them.
Yeah.
You know. What is that? I think sleep paralysis I had.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's what you were talking about earlier.
Okay.
You found dead bodies?
Yeah, I was going to ask, what did you go out looking for dead bodies?
Or just stumbled across dead bodies?
So Carol says, I've seen shadow men straight on and out of the side of my eye, and it doesn't matter where I am. I see them all the time. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, some people do that. Some people see things out of the corner. Like, I can go, what do they call it? Urban exploration, and go into a building no one's never been into, an abandoned house or something.
Yeah.
And during the day, and you'll still see things out of the corner of your eye.
Yeah.
Spirit. The way I believe in the spirit world, no matter where you go in this world, there's spirits there.
Oh, yeah.
No matter where you go. This world has had so much bloodshed and so many people died from the beginning of time that there's spirits everywhere.
Everywhere. That's right.
And then if you think about, 40 days, 40 nights with the Great Flood, with Noah, just think about how many people died.
Oh, I know, right?
You see, and how many of their spirits are roaming still today. So there's no matter where you go, there's spirits.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in the South.
Oh, yeah, with all the battles, the Civil War, and yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's been a lot of trauma.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a lot.
What we did to the Native Americans, too.
I think there could have been another way to go about it.
Oh, yeah.
There could have definitely been another way that could have been handled.
Yeah.
And out of everyone who's pissed off, well, I'm not even going to get into politics and all that crap.
Yeah.
I'm not even getting into that, but Native Americans should be pissed off. But they're happy. They're happy. They're just happy. They got their pieces of land now. They're living their lives. They're happy. Despite how bad, they were basically almost extinct, in North America, so yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
What other questions we got?
Let's see. I've always wondered if they are bad or not. Mom has seen one in the kitchen 3 times and always frightens her. It says it has no face. I'll talk about spirits.
Oh, they're talking about shadow figures.
Yeah.
Shadow figures?
Yeah.
You see them in your house, just ignore them.
Oh, yeah.
They're not going to hurt you.
I like what Barry Fitzgerald told us. When you get scared, wait 20 seconds and see if you're still scared, because give yourself that time to really assess the fight or flight, that we have in us. Yeah. So so if your mom, Carol, is still feeling really just weird about it after 20 seconds, then yeah, but she has the power to tell them to go away too. So
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Frank always joke around and said paranormal investigators are like firefighters. People are running out of the buildings and we're running in.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's basically how it is, because a lot of people I talk to, they're just like, how can you do that? I couldn't do it. I ain't dealing with spirits. I ain't dealing
Yeah.
with ghosts. But then when I tell them, you probably have something in your house and you just don't know.
You just don't know it. Just not paying attention.
You
Yeah.
just don't
Just
know.
not paying attention.
You
So
know?
you freak him out even more.
Like my wife, she's protected or something because she can go on an investigation and we can hear a door slam, but she won't hear it.
Wow.
She won't react to it. It's like it's not a guardian angel or something, but she just doesn't react the same way as we would react on an investigation. Completely different, and some people are like that. They're just more closed-minded.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is. I think she hasn't had her oh shit moment yet.
Yeah.
You know,
So Carol says, yes, I've never feel frightened, but I've been touched also. She's always is scared.
Oh, your poor mom.
That's like the best feeling in the world, though, is when you get touched.
Yeah, I've been touched before, and I was like, oh my God, that was awesome.
Yeah. Like you get touched or you get like your shirt pulled or something, that's and there's nobody there.
Yeah.
That's one of the best feelings in the world.
Yeah.
I love that feeling.
So I took my son on we actually went on a ghost tour. So this was before I joined the team. And I was like, well, it's okay if you touch me. I was like, matter of fact, my son is here. You can touch him. And he was like, stop saying that. And then as I said it, I felt a light touch right across my face. It just felt like a feather right across my face. I was like, that was awesome.
Yeah. Well, like at Cabin 360, we're walking, and one of the things that happened with me was it felt like somebody just grabbed my leg and I almost fell.
Wow.
But nobody was around me. All the other investigators were like 5-6 feet behind me, and they kind of like rushed up a little bit, like, are you all right? What happened? Because they saw me. I just was walking and just looked like I was going to hit the ground.
Wow.
And I could feel a hand right below my knee just grab my leg.
Wow.
It's like one of those things in the movies. The zombie comes up out of the ground.
Yeah.
And grabs.
The hand comes up.
Yeah, it was like that kind of.
Wow.
I'm sure Stacy's got another question.
I'm sure she does.
List over there.
I've got a few. So, what is the most important lesson you've learned as a paranormal investigator?
Got him thinking on that one.
Yeah, because I can go in many different directions with this one. It's going to open up doors. You know what? I would say the trust factor. Putting your trust into an individual, and then you get screwed over.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be
I would say that's the biggest one.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say as an investigator, because we put our trust into a lot of people.
That's true.
Our team members.
Our team members too, and you talk to somebody, you meet somebody, or you don't even meet that person. And there's somewhat of a bond of trust that's happening. And then in a blink of an eye, you get screwed over. So I think as an investigator now, I'm very weary on, it's kind of like Meet the Fockers. The circle of trust.
Yeah.
Right now everybody's on the outside except for one or two people.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to have to put barriers up, but due to the situation that occurred, I had to.
Yeah.
Just to protect what's mine. And I think trust is the biggest thing in the paranormal field that a lot of people overlook. And then when it's too late, you wish you would have done something differently.
Yeah.
So I think that's a big one.
So do you have like a certain style when you do investigations? I know like we were talking about PD earlier and some things that like certain equipment and
Yeah, like I made a comment on there with Rob. Something that we're going to be doing is we are going to be getting our hands on some equipment that Ed and Lorraine Warren used in their time.
Oh wow.
You see,
Right on.
because they didn't have what we had
Right.
in the
Mhm.
70s and the 80s. You know, we're fortunate to what we have. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the same identical equipment they use, reel to reel audio to record with,
Yeah, that's what PD said they're
cassette
gonna
player
do.
recordings, uh, the same with video, high 8 cameras, stuff like that. And it's all going to be reel to reel. And we're going to do an investigation that way. And then we're going to do an investigation with all the modern stuff that we
Okay.
have.
That'll
At the
be
same-
fun.
The
And we're
same
gonna-
location. You're gonna do that at the
Same
same location.
location.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we're going to compare and see, is it the simple stuff that works the best,
Mhm.
or is it the high tech stuff that works the best?
Yeah. Lisa
Well, I
says
heard
old school.
Polaroid cameras
Oh,
are
yeah.
great.
I want
Just
to
the
do
old school Polaroid
Yeah,
cameras.
I want to
Mhm.
do that. I just don't want to pay for the film.
Oh, I know.
That's
Amazon. It's
Yeah.
it's not too expensive on Amazon.
Yeah,
so.
I definitely want to do Polaroid, but I just want to pay for the film and only get 8 to 10 pictures out of one thing of film, and then
Right.
have to switch it over. And next thing you know, you're already $150 deep already for one investigation just on film.
Yes,
You
that's
know.
the good thing about digital. You can take all the pictures you want.
Yeah, but we keep our investigation simple. We keep it to the point to where, you know, we'll use digital recorders. We'll use a lot of full spectrum video and still pictures.
Yeah.
We'll use regular 35 millimeter pictures. We'll use night vision. We got Pimp Paranormal turned us on to these Weiss cameras that are motion activated, that track motion and stuff like that, that are
Oh.
360 degree. So we're using those. Also, ghost hunters use it too. Jason Haas and all them. They
Yeah.
use those cameras. And so we use those. We have a security system that we use too also. And that's it. That's all we use. And we'll use REM pods, you know, here and there. We'll use trigger objects, cat balls, stuff like that, you know. But we don't go above and beyond with all the fancy high-tech stuff. We keep it very simple, you know, dummy proof basically.
Yeah.
Because once you start going high-tech, there's too much stuff involved in that equipment that at some point it's going to make it not 100% reliable.
Yep.
Yeah. So what did Carol says? What did each of you think about the was it
LiDAR.
If I was an archaeologist, LiDAR would be perfect for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the paranormal field, I think if you're researching a piece of land that they say, okay, hey, there's a mass grave over here from Confederate soldiers. If you have the money and you can get a LiDAR, go ahead and use a LiDAR. But LiDAR, you know, I've only seen it on, was it Josh Gates?
Yes. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
big productions
Yeah.
where they can afford a LiDAR, you know, or archaeologists, you know, out in the Amazon using a LiDAR and stuff like that, you know, aerial LiDAR, you know, but I've honestly, I've never heard anybody using LiDAR on an investigation, really.
Yeah.
I never have.
Bye, Lisa. Thank you. Oh, okay. I know we were talking about like the community programs that you were starting or you're getting into, but I didn't ask you about the after school program.
Yeah, that is something that we want to do. That is something because we get contacted by a lot of people in our area where, hey, my kid's interested. How can they get involved? How can they come on an investigation? You know, I'd say at least I get 2 messages on Facebook a week like that. And at first, you know, I just overlooked them. I was like, no, I just overlooked them. But if we were able to come up with something that was once a week or twice a week for an hour, hour and a half, for seniors only,
Mhm.
because they're at that age where they're going to be turning 18 and everything like that,
Yeah.
uh, and do a program to where we can teach them how to use the equipment, what the equipment is, break the equipment completely down, uh, take them on little tiny small investigations, you know, and just give them a taste of it,
Yeah.
So then, they get that taste, and if they want to continue on with it, they can continue on with it,
Yeah, mentoring the next generation.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's the minimum age for that?
17.
Okay.
Yeah. 17 will be the minimum age for it.
Okay. Carol says there was a great evidence caught on Ghost Adventures where they scanned before investigation, then after, and it was unbelievable.
I watched an episode of Ghost Adventures one time, and they played an EVP, and I was like, I heard that EVP somewhere before.
Oh.
Man, I spent about 2 weeks, and I went all the way back to season 1, going through it, and I found that damn EVP. I was like, what the hell?
Wow.
I was like, you go to a location, we go to locations, don't capture nothing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let it be.
Yeah.
Don't fake evidence. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of blew my mind when that one happened, and I wasn't the only one that caught it. Other
wow.
people caught it, in the paranormal field,
Mhm.
but as far as I know, the crew themselves, you know, with Billy, Jay, Zach, Aaron, all them, they're good people
Mhm.
from what I hear. I've never heard really nothing bad about them,
Yeah.
so I can't say nothing bad about them, and
Mhm.
with that happening, it probably was something more on contracts, stuff like that. Well, we need to put something in there, find something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the production team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the
Mhm.
one thing where if somebody came to me today and said, hey, let's do this, and start something on Discovery Plus or whatever your thing, I would honestly 100% say no. I would.
Mhm.
Because once you sign a contract at that level,
Yep.
you really don't have a say so anymore.
Yep.
Yep.
You don't. It's what the producers want. It's what,
Mhm.
they want, and I wouldn't do it. Plus, I'm not in this field
to
to
be famous.
be famous. I'm
Yeah.
not, it's not. A lot of people will make comments on everybody in this field all the time. You're only doing it for fame and fortune.
Yep.
No, we're not.
No.
If I was doing it for fame and fortune, you would be seeing shit. Our YouTube would have fucking 1 million subscribers. We would be off the walls. We would be smoozing at conventions with all these people. No, we don't
Yeah.
go to conventions.
Yeah.
We don't go to the after parties or anything like that.
Mhm.
That's not what we do. I
Yeah.
care less if I go to a convention and I'm sitting there with Jason Hawes drinking. I care less. I'm the type of person where, if I see the Ghost Brothers, I'm gonna walk up to them, say hi, introduce myself, have a few words, and walk away.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna get all fangirled over them and take pictures
I might.
and take pictures and say, put it all over social media. No,
Yeah.
that ain't
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because those people are just like us. They're regular, ordinary people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's one thing we haven't done, and we haven't been to any of the Paracons or anything like that. It's like I just haven't had any interest in it. This.
Yeah. Plus, I don't want to go because I don't want to deal with the drama.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And there's that. Yeah, there's a lot of drama in this field.
Yeah.
People being territorial about places they go investigate, and
Well, and that's to me is just so sad. There is
It is.
room for everybody. There is room for everybody to go and investigate. and to share investigations. And there's a room for everybody in this field.
Yeah.
Yep.
The young man I was talking to yesterday said they're trying to they want to get hooked up with another group, but he said everybody that he's run into, they're territorial. They don't want to work with anybody. I was like, well, let's talk, because we're not like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
Should be with him later this week. Yeah.
and it's stupid, you know, especially with our situation, you know, of what's going on. You know, it's like you got the one person that thinks they're the Dawn, you know, and you know they're the freaking Godfather,
Yep.
you know, when realistically they ain't crap, you know, and it's like everybody's got to listen to the Dawn,
Yeah.
you know. Well, step back and listen to the Dawn and listen to how much crap comes out of the mouth, and then you're going to realize, oh well, you know, maybe it's the other way around now.
Right.
You know, and that's the problem with the paranormal field. It's supposed to be a family, supposed to be united, supposed to be doing everything the same way,
Exactly.
you know, but you're going to have that one person that no matter what, you know, that thinks you shit in their Cheerios, and they're just going to run their mouths and try to run you into the ground.
Yep.
And make up lies and, you know, bend the truth to the point to where the pity party happens on their side.
Yep.
You know,
and everybody's flocking over there. Oh, are you okay?
Yeah.
Let me pat you on the back. And
yeah. And it's stupid.
Yeah,
it's
it
stupid.
really is.
You know, I gotten blocked on social media, on Facebook, from people that I've never met in person.
Wow.
You know,
Over
out of kindness, I gave over $100 worth of merchandise to a certain individual. That certain individual posted something about it, a thank you for giving it to him. Well, you get the Dawn, you know, whispering in the ear, and well, hell, why am I blocked? What did I do to you?
Wow.
You know, and that's what the field has came to, where too many people are just not out doing their own thing anymore. They're flocking.
Yep.
They're taking sides, and that's not what the field's supposed to be.
Yep. We're supposed to be working together.
You know. Yep. And it's like I told you backstage. If you want to know something about me, or you want to know anything, just ask me.
Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you. You know, I ain't gonna beat around the bush. You know, I was a Marine for almost 10 years. Got medically retired.
Wow.
You know, I ain't got time to beat around the bush.
Oh, I know.
And play games and everything like that. I got a life to live.
I'm the same way. I'll be 58 come March, and it's like I'm too old for this, for nonsense.
Yeah, I think I'm like 47 now. You know, and I'm 47. I don't have time to play games.
Right.
You know, I don't. You know, you want to play games, go play games somewhere else. You know, and I think the paranormal field just needs to start coming together and uniting as a family, like everybody talks about.
Yeah.
Yes.
But they don't. They don't, because there's too much gossip, there's too much drama, and you know, either weed those people out and bring it back to what it was, or it's just not going to be the same.
Yeah. Oh, how I wish we could do that. Just weed them out.
You know, but it's not gonna, because, you know, you get a minute and 42 seconds of fame on TV, and now you're the Dawn, and
yeah,
you know, so it's just, it's stupid. It's very stupid, and you know, it's like somebody telling me something about Stacy. You know, oh, Stacy did this. Don't even talk to her. Don't even communicate with her. This and that. I don't know Stacy from nothing.
You know? It's all true. No, I'm just kidding.
You know, why am I going to believe what somebody else says? You know, let me find out for myself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, and that's kind of like one of the things Ghost Brothers do. You know, and you hear them.
Oh, I love
Their
them.
investigation. They
I
say
know.
we don't take the word of anybody else. If this
We
place is
find out for
haunted,
ourselves. They say that
find out
every
for
time.
ourselves.
Yeah.
Same thing. You want to know something?
Just
Just
ask
ask
me.
the person. Quit listening to other people.
Yep.
You know,
Amen.
it's just it's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure Stacy's got another question. She
I
had
don't know. She's over there concentrating hard. Look at her. She's like,
yeah, she's thinking of something. Something's on the tip of her tongue.
All right. Frank, if you could be remembered for one thing in the paranormal field, what would it be?
I would have to say making a change for the good in some way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, kind of like the little project I'm working on with shadow figures.
yeah.
You know, if I can do what I'm trying to do, it's going to open a lot of doorways up.
Awesome.
You know,
We'll be looking
so
out for that.
that would be my stamp
Mm-hmm.
on it. You know, and it wouldn't be something where, oh, I'm going to set claim to it. No, if it works and it works 100% and it's proven, everybody gets to join in on it.
Let's go.
Yeah,
You
share the wealth.
Yeah, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not going to say, oh, I'm going to patent this now and I'm going to trademark it so nobody else can use it but me. And if they want to use it, they got to buy it.
Yeah.
No, it's stupid, you know, because if you look at it and if you're getting the idea and the picture about how the company is and how I am, there's nothing I'm charging for.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving everything away. Everything from the low income program to the school, everything we work on, we share it with other teams. Uh, the events, you know, bringing other teams in on it and letting them keep all the profits from it,
That's
Mm-hmm.
cool.
you know. So, and I know what's going around about us behind closed doors, but it's completely the opposite of what we really are, you know. And that's why I'm kind of really glad I've finally been able to get on a show and be asked questions and tell people who we really are,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
because nobody knows who we are. They just know who we are from what the Don says,
Yeah.
you know. So it's one of those things, you know. You want to know something, ask us.
Just ask. Yep.
You
Yep.
know, it's like I told you, I ain't gonna have no comment for any question you ask.
Yeah. Well,
I
we
don't-
haven't had that happen yet. Anybody say no comment?
No, I won't.
Not yet, anyways.
I won't shy away from any question. It doesn't matter what it is.
Good. Good. We sure appreciate that.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we appreciate you coming on.
Oh, it was fun. I'm glad I was able to finally get on a show.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, cool.
really, I've been trying for the past year.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, anytime you want to come back, we'd be
Yeah.
happy to
Just
have
let
you.
us know.
Mhm.
Yeah. Let us know.
Yeah.
Hey, quit picking
definitely.
on Frank.
Yeah.
Quit picking
know,
on our Frank.
Another group you should reach out to though. Seriously, reach out to Pimp Paranormal.
Yeah, I know they deal a lot with PD because they
Yes.
jump on his podcast. I'll do that.
Yep. Reach out to Jason and Jason. They're both named Jason. Reach out to them. They are a group of good people. You know, they had some misfortunes early on. You know, they got drug into a situation by the Dawn that, you know,
Wow.
wasn't their fault. You
Yeah.
know,
Mhm.
so, but overall, they're a really great group of guys. Great sense of humor. Another one, Brady Foster. You know, from Clap Paranormal.
Brady
You know,
Foster.
yep, Brady Foster. He's with County Line Area Paranormal Society.
Okay.
They're both out of Pennsylvania. Those two guys right there are two real good groups right
Okay.
there. And if you do one with Brady and you meet him, I'm telling you, he's the type of guy you could never find it in your heart to say something bad about him.
Oh wow.
You
Well, that's
know,
awesome.
yeah. So you can reach out to them, or you can reach out to Pimp Paranormal, you know, and they'll be more than happy to come on your show. They
Cool.
definitely will.
Right
I would
on.
definitely do that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so Stacey, you have anything else? Because I'm saying we done ran over our hour, which I really don't care about. But
Yeah, I mean, I think I
Yeah.
touched on. How about this one? This one's fun. If you could have coffee with any historical figure, who would it be?
Ooh. See, I like history, so that would be a pretty hard one for me. I would have to. I don't know. There's so many people I could list off that one. I mean, presidents from the early
I
1700s.
know.
I mean, it would probably have to be Edgar Allan Poe.
Wow,
Okay.
that's a good one.
I'd have to deal with it.
For me, it'd be
Edgar
Eleanor Roosevelt.
Yeah, Edgar Allan Poe or Amelia Earhart.
Oh, well, that's a good
Oh
one.
yeah,
Yeah.
Amelia Earhart would be cool.
And the
Mhm.
only reason I'd have coffee with her is because I'd want to find out what happened.
Oh, there you go.
That's it.
Well, what about you, Stacey? Who would you have coffee with?
I would have to go with Harriet Tubman.
Oh, nice.
I would. I respect her. Right on.
Harriet Tubman was the Underground Railroad, right?
Yep.
Yeah, they did a movie about her.
Yep,
Yep.
they sure did.
Yeah,
Yep.
she traveled a lot of miles on foot
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
from the north
Well,
to the south.
she
and
saved so many people too.
Mhm.
She just awesome.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, the Harriet Tubman's that's a good one. I didn't expect that one. That's a good one.
Yeah, that is a good
That trumps both of mine.
That
That
No.
definitely.
mine, too.
I think Poe would be interesting for sure.
Yeah.
He was a weird guy.
And then another one that would be good too is the guy that wrote the books for Dazed and Confused,
Yeah.
or was it something in Vegas?
Fear and Loathing in Las
Fear and
Vegas.
Loathing in Las
Yeah, Fear
Vegas.
and Loathing
Yeah,
in Las
that
Vegas.
author for that would be another
Mhm.
good one, because they said he always wrote his stuff when he was on acid and
That's funny.
stoned out of his mind and everything like that, and that's how he wrote his stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, well, you can tell if you ever seen the movie.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
I kind of wondered
Yeah.
that about Seth Rogen, too, because there's some of the stuff they write. I've been wondering if he's stoned out of his skull when they do their
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
Like
for
Sausage
sure.
Party. Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
Mhm.
well, you got Seth Rogen, and then who's the other roast master guy? The bald-headed guy.
Bald-headed guy.
Oh, Roast Master?
Yeah, he's the one that does all the roasts. He's the roast master.
Oh,
Oh, I know. I can picture him, but I can't think of his name right now. I'm having a brain fart.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, but he's a good one. That you wonder where he comes up with his stuff, though. That guy. I can't remember his name though, but he's on. I know who he is though, but I just can't get his name out.
Yeah,
Hmm.
So, you got any final questions?
I don't. I think I'm good.
I think I'm good. I think that we touched on a lot of cool things and really got to see your personality and who you are and what your team's about.
Yeah.
And I'm happy with it.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's great the stuff that you guys are doing for the community. I think that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Hell
yeah.
yeah, that is really good.
Yeah. Maybe next time we come on, maybe I'll touch more about the dawn and all that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Or maybe, yeah. Well, you said about a year or two before with the shadow figure stuff, but yeah, we would definitely want to hear about that more when you get that. But
Yeah,
I'm sure we'll see you before.
'Cause I saw it in your eyes. You're like, oh, he's gonna talk about something here. Nope. I'll leave it nice and I'll leave it clean. It was a good conversation, but it's a story that needs to get out there, and I'd love to come back on and tell that story.
Oh,
I got-
definitely.
I've got one more, Frank.
Oh, go ahead.
One more. This will cap it. What's one question you wish we would have asked you, and how would you have answered it? One more.
Well,
Oh no, we can't hear you.
Frank, she was kidding. Now we can't hear you. I think she was kidding.
I would say the one question was probably a situation that we got drug into about a year ago.
Okay.
a situation that we got drugged into, that we got foobarred in, and it kind of just steamrolled downhill to where a certain individual just wants to keep running their mouth and spreading lies, spreading rumors about us that are not true whatsoever.
Mhm.
And I have all the documentation to back it all up on our end. And I'm hoping the day comes where I can get that story out there.
That's awesome.
All
I
right.
really do.
Well, hopefully one day we can get that story out of you. Carol says, I would love to hear more about these test results about the shadow figures.
Yes,
Well,
that too.
when he's ready for that, I'm sure he'll let us know. Hopefully
Oh,
he
yeah.
will be the
Yeah,
first
that-
one
that-
that he comes to.
You know what? Actually, I'll make a promise. As soon as we get something concrete, you guys will be the first ones to know.
That'd be awesome.
Yay.
I'll do that.
Yes.
Yay.
So you guys will be the first ones to know, as far as like anything live on any social media platform or anything, that I'll come on here and I'll reveal what we have and everything.
Oh, that'd
And
be
then,
awesome. We'll get the exclusive.
And then if I come back on next time, maybe you'll get the exclusive, and we'll go into that thing that happened a year ago.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yes.
And do that, and we'll get that out there, and then I'll touch more on about our projects that we're working on.
Okay.
Awesome.
Great.
So
Can't wait to have you back on.
Yeah, me too.
Frank.
So that
Well,
wasn't too bad, Frank, right?
Yeah. We took it easy on you.
No, I
Yeah.
didn't need no fire extinguisher or anything.
Oh, Carol says, I'll be here. Yeah, well, good. Thank you.
Good, Carol. Yeah.
Well, good. So we won't keep you much longer. I really appreciate you coming on. It was great having you on, and I look forward to those exclusives.
Yeah, we'll as soon as we get off here, I'll shoot you a message and we'll set up a date for the next one.
Well, just hold on. I'll put you in. We'll go ahead and go out, and then you can give me that information. So
Okay.
let me see here. I have to always look at my notes before I go out. So okay, hold on.